Hello, my name is Liz Thompson, and this is an introduction video to IME 315, Financial Decision Making for Engineers, for the summer of 2022. So I'm going to talk about these things. I just did a welcome, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm going to talk about the context that we do this kind of learning. I'm going to talk about the online course, expectations, grading, due date, organization, GWR, and how to contact me. So first of all, a little bit about me. I've been teaching at Cal Poly a long time, 27 years. It might be 28 years, but I think a long time. Before that, I worked for 10 years in industry, and the topic I did when I was in industry is the topic of this course. So I have a really deep understanding of this course, and I think it's kind of fascinating and interesting. My name previously was Schlemer, so in some of the videos I say Schlemer, and some of them I say Thompson. I use she, her pronouns. I have a deep connection to Cal Poly. I went to school here for 4 years, and when I was here, I was for 5 years. I was very involved. I was in WOW. Was a WOW leader. I was involved in the industrial engineering department, so I have a really deep connection. I also have 2 of my 3 children went to Cal Poly. One of them graduated in industrial engineering, so I know what it's like to be a mom of students too. I am advisor to 2 clubs on campus, Engineers Without Borders and OSTEM, which is Out in STEM. I do identify as queer, and I just love both these clubs have very thoughtful people, and I'm really excited to be part of them. I'm very interested in social justice, and particularly how power keeps in place many of the inequities in our world. I also do a lot of work related to systems thinking, which is the idea that the things we call problems are actually the system working exactly as designed. So in order to fix problems, you need to fix the system. And it's not the individual actors that are causing the problems, it's actually the system. And of course, that's a supposition, but it's how I think about things. I do all of my research in education. I look at structural changes like grading. You'll see that grading is a little bit different in this class. I'm interested in integrated learning, and I'm teaching a class in change management, which I really love to teach. I'm active in National Science Foundation grants. I have 3 grants right now on campus, and another one is pending. So I'm super excited to be collaborating with all the people that think about these things. I have an IE degree from Cal Poly. I have a master's in industrial and systems engineering and an MBA from USC. I have a PhD in education from UC Santa Barbara. And like I said, I've been here at Cal Poly a long time. So the context in which we are doing engineering, or we are doing this learning right now, really, I want to look at what's happening in the world. So climate change, like as I speak right now, England is having the highest temperatures ever recorded on the planet. In their realm of the planet. We still have the pandemic going on. There's inflation in the United States, but actually worldwide there's inflation, and that's bothering people and making people worry about the economic uncertainty. There's also quite a bit of inequities in economics. The rich, or the people who own property, own capital, are getting richer, and the laborers are getting poorer, and it's really, really a problem, I believe. Also, just as a woman, this idea that Roe versus Wade has been overturned federally, which means it's illegal in several states, really bothers me. And I hope to really think hard about what to do about that and how to return rights to women for what happens to their body. And we also live in a divided nation. The idea that we think very differently, and we also have an impossible way of having a conversation. And I think that's really sad, and that probably needs to change. So within this, we are taking this course on financial decision making for engineers. And I want to talk to you a little bit about the expectations for this course so that you can understand what I expect from you, but also what you can expect from me. And then grading, organization of the class, something about the GWR, and then how to contact me. So the online course, it's divided into several sections, and this first icon is the course logistics. I expect that you made it to here because you're watching this video, but this is where I have a lot of the things that generally go into a syllabus. For instance, this expectations. So it's really important for you to understand, important for me to tell you what expectations you can have of me. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. As an instructor, I will recognize this unusual time we are living through by accommodating your needs to the best of my ability and attend to the current events when appropriate. I will attempt to see you for who you are rather than through stereotypes. I will welcome different ways of understanding, knowing, and being. I will attempt to understand your point of view. I will attempt to be fair, including a fair consideration of ideas. I will attempt to prepare the course content so that I don't waste your time. I will use the most current scientific understanding of how people best learn. I will trust that you know yourself and your needs, interests, and values better than I do. So I just have this place here that I'd like you to, when you get a chance, let us know what we can count on you for in the class. So I've given you what to expect from me, and I'd like to have some expectations of you. Another section in the logistics is about grading, and I think it's important to point this out. So you could get 3 different grades in this class, A, B, or C. In order to get a C, you have to do sort of a threshold amount, which I think is important for you to know as you move ahead in your curriculum. So you need to get 90% of the assignments, discussion posts, and quizzes, which means 45 of 50. You need to pass the 2 tests with a 90% or higher, and there will be multiple test retakes. So everybody will be able to achieve this C level. Also, in order to get a B, you need to do this things associated with a C and then do 1 project. To get an A, you do the things associated with a C and do 2 projects. So the next thing I want to let you know is that assignment, discussion posts, and quizzes have suggested due dates that will help you keep on track for the course. And this is a pretty quick course because it's only 5 weeks. But I want you to also know that there is a hard deadline, which is Saturday, August 27th at 10 p.m. I need everything turned in by then so that I can grade everything in time. The next thing is that even though the class is self-paced, there's 2 exams that are given August 8th and then August 22nd. There will be retakes after those exams, but these are the exams where you kind of have to have it in your calendar that you're going to be able to take the exam during that time. And then the last thing is that all projects will also be due on this sort of hard deadline, August 27th. Sorry about that. So just so that you know that's important. So because you kind of know the grades has to do with sort of your effort in the class, I want you to be able to indicate what grade you're going to want in the class. And I think you can do that right now. And I think this will help me to understand how many projects I'm going to need to grade too. So I wanted to go over the organization of the class too, because the way I organize my Canvas site is based on pages. So it's more like a web page instead of modules, which I think most faculty organize it versus modules. So I want to orient you. So this is what even though it's really little, this is what the home page looks like. This section is logistics, so I just talked about that. That's like the syllabus. This section is the course content, and there's 10 different topics that are covered, 4 for the first exam, and then 5 for the second. The last topic, inflation, is not going to be on the exam, but you do have to do those assignments. So this is where the content is. And then the projects are down here at the bottom. So if you want to get a B or an A, you'll need to look at these projects. The other thing is that zooming in a little bit more, this is where the information for the first exam is going to be. So when I give the exam, it'll be posted right here. And this will be for the second exam. So it'll be posted right here. And also, just one of the things that's possible in this class is if you still need to pass the GWR, meaning that you haven't passed it by taking a English class or a writing class, you can actually use one of the projects for your portfolio. And that's really great because it's really kind of hard sometimes for engineers to have individual assignments, but because these projects are individual, we can go ahead and use it for the GWR. So look here about how to satisfy that requirement, and they'll give you information about that if that's the way you're going to need to do GWR. But what's really important is you need to tell me, because I need to grade this differently. The grade won't be impacted. It won't impact your grade in this class, but the GWR portfolio, sorry about that, needs to be graded. So last thing is that these are the ways you can contact me: email, message through Canvas, although message through Canvas is not great. But office hours, Thursdays 4 to 6, Zoom, I can by request Zoom meeting, or text or phone call. So I look forward to learning with you in class, and I hope that this little orientation was helpful as you maneuver this online course.